SNP MP John Nicholson has been ridiculed at Prime Minister's questions for seeking an increase to the UK foreign aid budget just a day after Boris Johnson won a vote in favour of a spending cut. Boris Johnson slapped down an SNP attempt to shift the UK government's position on proposed foreign aid cuts on Tuesday. The Prime Minister told the House of Commons that the reduction in the foreign aid budget would not be permanent, but any changes would depend on two vital tests. During Prime Minister's questions, SNP MP John Nicholson called for the spending cut to be reversed, which sparked ridicule from Mr. Johnson. The Prime Minister said, "I think the people of this entire country should be immensely proud of what the UK is doing abroad. Whether it is educating millions of girls with an increase to support for female education, whether it is helping countries around the world tackle climate change with £11.6 billion of investment." He added, "We are spending £10 billion a year on overseas aid alone." It came after Mr. Nicholson said the Conservative government had voted to deprive some of the world's poorest children. He said, "Education for girls programs will be guaranteed to be polio eradication schemes too. Most people go into politics to make the world a better place, but the Prime Minister seems to be an expectation." Earlier on in PMQs, Boris clashed with the SNP over racism. Ian Blackford claimed the Prime Minister's dog whistling has followed him into Downing Street. The SNP's Westminster leader had opened his questioning of Mr. Johnson by congratulating the England team before demanding more action against racism. He said, "In March, this UK government's own report on racism said that there was no systemic problem in the UK. I think the England men's football team would beg to differ. After the shocking racism on show over the last week, does the Prime Minister still stand by his government's belief that systemic racism is not a problem in the UK?" Mr. Johnson responds, "I do think that racism is a problem in the UK, and I think it needs to be tackled and stamped out with some of the means that I've described this morning. But when he attacks our party, my party, I'm afraid has got the wrong target. This is a party that has not only had the first ever Muslim health secretary, but has had two female PMs, the most diverse cabinet in the history of this country, the most diverse government in the history of this country,